West African Sierra Leone, locally made coalpot used for cooking. We take a look at how one of these coalpots is made. Join me as we meet a man who makes coalpot as a source of living.
I don't know 30 years on this business how they make coalpot. I get people who are learn, I get people who are the work. On Sunday inside the workshop, Sunday separate, all about anywhere we can learn to do sabi, they go up in other workshop.
We move to the front of his workshop as he starts his work. He begins by marking out a sheet that he gets in Liberia. The design he put on the sheet is called Guinea Mali. The name in Guinea Mali because the design started in Mali, then moved to Guinea, and now is used in Sierra Leone. In Sierra Leone, the design is also called fast money because not much coal is needed and the user can afford to buy the few coal needed to use it. The pot is also called quote, help you woman, unquote. By the Soso people, this means help your woman. He then cut it out with a scissors and use a tissue and a hammer to cut out the designs. He then uses a hammer to smoothen the edges to remove all the sharp sections that could cut the user. He uses what he calls a slapper to cut a joining point of the two ends. He then uses a pipe to make the sheet round. He uses a tool he calls a gather to join the two ends. He continues hitting the edge of the pot to make it safe to use. This is Julie, a son of Mr. Jello and one of his apprentices. Julie's main role to collect clay from a nearby creek. He comes back with the clay to the workshop. Mr. Jello is almost done smoothing the edge of the pot and now cutting out a piece of zinc to use as a cover for the clay. He draws a line round the base, cut it out and smoothen it as Julia is pounding the clay so it can be ready by the time his father finishes smoothing the pot. Mr. Jello then puts a stand for the pot in the cover as the top of the coalpot. He then fixes the handle on the coalpot and straightens out the cut he made initially on the coalpot as a hole for the base to hold the clay. He measures the size of the bottom of the coalpot so that Julie can cut it out as he cut out the base for the clay and smoothing it. Mr. Jello tries it in the coalpot and it fits exactly the way he wanted it. He then uses a tissue and a hammer to create holes to allow air circulation when the coalpot is being used. He cut out a long rectangular zinc and joins the end to serve as the divider between the coal and the clay. He put the hole for the clay, the divider, and then measure and make sure it was at the center and give it to Julia to put the clay. Mr. Jello stood and watched Julia as he put the clay in the coalpot. But Mr. Jello was not okay by Julia's work, so he helped him out. He then covered the coalpot with the top and hit the side to make the top cover stay firm to the coalpot. He hit every side to make sure the clay that keeps the heat in the coalpot stay where it is. Mr. Jallo then puts his bottom for the coal pot to keep the ashes from the coal. He is done. This is the Guinea Mali coal pot.
So they know what is about asking blood. They will manage by your idea how we live on a research. We live on this. I married bandits, again I picking them bandits, then I buy land bandits, I build bandits, and I so proud of us.
We have to shoot secretly as a buyer comes by to buy the finished coal pot. This is Rugiatu Jenneh Sesay from the Kaikai News. Thank you for watching us at Kaikai News. Your support can help us grow more. Thank you.